Here are my daily breads. So this one is a sandwich loaf. I'll slice that up so we can have brisket sandwiches. This one is sourdough. But if you notice, the sourdough doesn't have any scoring. It doesn't have any shaping from the Banneton basket. It's because I took the dough and I poured it into the baking pan. And then I pulled the sides together. I stitched it together just so that it was tight. And if you're in this kitchen, you would smell so much warmth. Your stomach will be growling. It's just a beautiful thing to start your day with your own bread. And I make a loaf every day. And today I made two because I know we have some brisket from Buc-ee's and I wanted to go ahead and make some delicious sandwiches out of that. And then I did make this one from yesterday that didn't get finished, and it's still soft and juicy and delicious. So I'm saying the recipe for these breads is very simple. Very, very, very simple. For the sourdough, it's just about that much of starter. However much starter you start with. I start with about a half a cup to a cup of starter. I don't measure as much anymore. And then I add salt. I add some flour. And then when I add the flour and water, either warm water or warm milk, to about 1-to-1 ratio with the starter. The liquid is about a 1-to-1 ratio with the starter. And then I add the flour, which is like a 1-to-3. So if I put 1 cup of water or milk, then I'll put 3 cups of flour. You could use all-purpose flour. You could use bread flour. And then you mix it. And I save back 1 cup of flour just so that I can incorporate all parts of the flour should touch the water and get hydrated, and all parts of the flour should touch the starter to get well hydrated as well. And then after that, I just let it rest. I used to do the stretch and fold like too much, so I just let it rest. Like I get it to that shaggy looking dough, and I may stir it until I can't stir anymore, and then I let it rest for a whole hour. And then I do like my stretch and folds or coil turns or whatever I'm gonna do with it. And then I just let it rest again, another 30-45 minutes. And I do it maybe 3 times. And then I let it sit on the counter and bulk ferment. And I'll put it in the refrigerator overnight. I do the same thing with this bread, except this bread is more of a yeast bread. I mix the sourdough in there for health benefits. And I also add like the active yeast, like I keep an active yeast here. And I add that on there so it has that bready sweet taste. And in this one, do the same thing as the other one, except I add a little bit of sugar. Right? And it doesn't need to bulk ferment overnight. I can make this one same day because it's going to have all the benefits from my active starter. So I'm just saying it's really easy once you get the hang of it, once you know what the dough should look like. So get baking.